time for the boys from sport, from the Herald, Chris Rieve and Nathan Lim. Good morning.
Is it gap fillers you said before, right?
May have said
We
that.
heard that.
Good to put us in a place.
Yeah, no, you need to know why you're here and your limitations. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just kidding. Hey, Chris, massive changes to the A. In fact, there's only 2 left, I think, from last week.
Yep. Yeah. So 13 positional changes to the starting 15 this week. Scott Barrett keeps his spot, Simon Parker keeps his spot, and Will Jordan stays in the starting 15, but he's pushed out to the right wing, which allows Ruben Love to come in. So, yeah, a lot going on there last night, and that was kind of expected coming into this test against Wales. Number 12 in the world. It's a test that the All Blacks are expected to win pretty comfortably, so it's a good time to, I guess, start to build that depth again.
Yeah. And why can't we find a regular number 13? What's going on there?
I feel like it's been a problem pretty much ever since Nonu and Conrad Smith departed at the end of 2015, Ryan. This is, I think, our 6th midfield combination of the year, and yeah, I mean, Rieko Ioane dominated that jersey for a few years, but now we're in a situation where we thought Billy Proctor maybe was the person, and then he departed. Lester Fa'anga-Anuku's come back, and I think he's performed really well. Rieko Ioane hasn't really had any game time in that jersey this year, so it'll be, I suppose, a good opportunity for him to just remind the selectors why he's had so many tests in the All Blacks jumper. But this was always going to be a test where they rotated the side hugely because selection has been so conservative this year, so it'll be good to see those guys who haven't had a run get a go.
Everyone gets a run. Now, Ruben Love at fullback, how do we feel about this, Chris? Something, I mean, it's big for him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Ruben Love's been one of those guys who us as fans have wanted to see get his opportunity, but he's just had to sit there and wait. I would have liked to seen him play at 10. I think that's building depth in that position is an important thing for the All Blacks. You look, we've still got Damian McKenzie, we've still got Beauden Barrett, who were sort of our 2 guys in 2023 that are still available. So we do need to start bringing that younger group through. And I think that was a good opportunity for Ruben Love, and I think he'll play there at some point during the game.
Yeah, and they all need to flick around the back end a bit, don't they?
Yeah, you got to be versatile.
He's a character to watch as well, isn't he? Because he's got this confidence that you don't, and outwardly confident in the way that he expresses himself and the way that he talks that you don't generally see from All Blacks, eh?
Yeah, he's got a strut. You know, he's got a bit of a strut when he walks, and I quite like to see that from the younger players. You know, have that confidence and that ability in putting yourself out there that doesn't come necessarily naturally to New Zealanders. We're not used to seeing that from people in All Blacks jersey, but I like that. It's like how I like Rieko Ioane giving opposition a bit of stick. You know, it's nice to have a character like that on your side.
Hey Nathan, I know your netball is your round, and we had Karen Berger on the program earlier, the Silver Ferns captain, and I know that you spoke to her yesterday. Sounds like they were a bit hungover at the airport coming home today.
I'm glad they had a few drinks.
Yeah,
they deserved
but well deserved, eh?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you factor in everything that they've had to deal with this year, I mean, Dame Nolene Total getting stood down for 2 months and the public slagging them off, that was just the latest thing that the athletes have had to deal with this year. They've also dealt with the uncertainty around not knowing if they have a job next year with the ANZ Premiership broadcast deal sort of hanging in the balance. That wasn't confirmed until July. They've had changing Silver Ferns eligibility criteria, and the last 2 or 3 months have just been utter chaos. And the players have just had to put all that aside and perform. And through all that, they've delivered a 3-0 whitewash of South Africa. They've taken Australia to extra time in the Constellation Cup. They've swept Scotland 2-0, and they've delivered a 2-1 series victory against England away from home. So when you're playing all of the top sides in the world, bar Jamaica, and you finish your season with 12 games, 9 wins, 3 losses, I think that's a really good effort.
Totally. Plus the stomach bug. I mean, what more can you throw at these girls? And when's the Hellberg Sport Awards?
They're sort of like early next year.
Oh yeah. Do you reckon they'll be contenders, or is it not? Who's going to win that? Just curious now.
That's a great question.
That is a great
Team of the
question.
Year will be very interesting this year.
Who would be up
I
there?
would say the Silver Ferns would have a shot.
I think they'd have a shot just given everything they've had to deal with.
Maybe the Kiwis.
Yeah, potentially the Kiwis winning the Pacific Championship. They just haven't played as
Yeah,
much
they
as
only
the
play
other
3
teams,
tests
but
a year, so
they've got to have a chance, right?
No, well, 3 tests a year. I mean, you're part-time. The Silver Ferns, I think, can we all agree that they would be front runners?
I think on the spot, I think they'd have a good chance.
On the
I don't know about front runners.
The Black Ferns might be up there too, maybe the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
But no one's super convincing, to be honest.
No,
No.
true. Actually, maybe that's a problem. The fact we
Yeah,
can't immediately
maybe.
name anyone. Normally we can, though, right? Normally that's like, yep, 1, 2, 3. Hey, Formula One in Las Vegas this weekend. Lawson doesn't like the track, so how do we think he's going to go?
Yeah, luckily for him, no one likes the track, really. It's a tricky circuit for the drivers. They drive in cold temperatures, which affects the tyres differently to what they're used to. It's also a weird one just in terms of setup. They've got long straights and slow corners, which for some of those top teams isn't ideal. McLaren in particular, they're kind of built for more speed in the corners, so it'll be interesting to see how they go. But Liam finished, I think, 16th there last year, so plenty of room for improvement. He comes in off a 7th place in Brazil, where he was very impressive in defending. I don't know if he'll be able to defend quite as well on this track, but it's definitely a track that I guess favours fans. It's generally a good race to watch.
Good to watch. Good watching.